welcome to Film Snobbery Live. I am your host, the film snob Nic Baisley. I am joined here live from Orlando, Florida, at the Orlando Film Festival with co-host Jerry Cavallaro.
Hi.
That's you.
Yeah.
You. Wow.
I'm here in person for the first time ever on
Now
the show.
you realize you're within punching distance.
Yeah, I know. I'm scared. I gotta shut up. So I'm gonna talk even less than I usually do.
Well, actually, you're going to have to talk a lot more because we're going to have to fill up some space because there's no guests for tonight, only because we wanted to talk about what we've been up to here at the Orlando Film Festival.
Also because we couldn't get anyone to come back to the hotel room with us. We were like, we're doing a show out of our hotel room at 10 p.m. You want to come back with us?
Do you want to be on camera? Do you want to be on camera on our show in our hotel room?
Not the best offer.
Not so much. So, it's been a really interesting past few days for all of you guys who don't know. Jerry and I actually, we were together.
Rephrase.
Physically, no. Jerry and I, we ended up getting together in New York, and we ended up driving from New York all the way down to Orlando. Thank you. Orlando.
It was a long drive.
Oh my God, that was a long drive. Did we do it? Yes, we did.
Will we do it again? No.
Fuck no. Oh my God.
Yeah, we're stopping at a hotel room because driving straight for 26.5 hours is not fun.
No, not at all. No.
Especially with one driver.
Hello. Yeah, Jerry doesn't drive. I mean, to be fair, he lives in New York City. Who the hell needs to drive in New York City, right? But yeah, he unfortunately is so he kept me company. He kept me company the whole time. Now, we're doing this out of the hotel room. We have no idea what the frack is going on. It looks like the video is incredibly stuttered and crap, but we're on a wireless connection here at the hotel, so I really have no way at all of mitigating these disasters. We might try a couple other things. If we have a false start or something like that, we might try to fix that. And go back, but you guys are going to have to let us know in the chat room if we're screwed or not. Jerry, how are we looking?
I'm actually monitoring the chat room, and everyone's saying that it's just gray.
It's just gray.
Which I'm wondering if that's what
right.
They're saying, it's just gray.
Can they hear us?
Yeah, that's a good question.
That is a good question. So, yeah, forgive us. I mean, we're literally trying out hotel Wi-Fi to see if this is even possible to do. If not, what we'll do is we're recording this anyway. We can go ahead and we can throw this up later, but we definitely wanted to go ahead and at least try to give you guys some semblance of a show this week.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
If that doesn't work out, then it really sucks because we are missing some really cool films.
I agree, yeah. And the Orlando Film Festival does have some good stuff. It looks like it's going on.
Yeah, and they're all scheduled for tonight.
Yeah. Well,
there's 4 movies that I was like, oh, I want to see that. I want to see that. I want to see that one. I want to see that one. And then I looked at the times, and they're all between like 9 and 10 tonight. So yeah.
Yeah. So that being said, we're working on trying to get our schedules kind of
It's at the start of
the credits still.
Credits.
Well, if you're watching this now, you're watching the opening credits. Jerry, anything from the audio perspective?
Nope. They say it's just a giant green eye, which I guess they mean it's the credits that are just stalled.
Yeah.
Oh, now it's B-rated. There you go.
Wow, we've been rated. All right, so one of the cool things about this particular festival is they did have one panel, and that panel was cool because it had some people on it that are some of them you know, some of them you don't, some of them you should get to know. Haley Joel Osment was on there, the kid from The Sixth Sense, who's now not so much of a kid.
Yes.
But he's there with a movie called Montana Amazon.
And no one made him say the line.
No one made him say the line.
Maybe afterwards in the lobby they might have been like, say it, but no one asked him to say it during the panel. So that was very respectful of the audience.
And I will say though, we're going to interview him tomorrow. We're really hoping
to get him to say,
I see film snobbery everywhere. Which would be awesome.
And then he's gonna walk out.
He's gonna walk. We'll save the last question.
Yeah. Unless he's watching this right now, which no, he's not.
Yeah, this is Haley Joel Osment. Now you're watching Film Snobbery Live. I see Film Snobbery Live everywhere. No. But also starting in Montana Amazon was Community's Allison Brie, who was also there, and Jerry with the props. He's like Carrot Top.
Only not as funny.
Only not as funny.
Which is sad.
But just as buff.
No, he's.
I know he's
buff.
jacked.
He's crazy.
He's a jacked up kid.
Scary looking.
Yeah.
But red hair coming at you at night, I'd be afraid.
I'd be like, I'm gonna type of Ronald McDonald. No.
I know it's Carrot Top. I'd just be like freaking out. Carrot Top, why? You have a show in Vegas. Leave me alone.
Can I have some money for my movie? How much is this beating gonna cost you?
He's gonna take my skull and use it in his act.
You're decapitated. He holds it up for everyone to see, like freaking, like the king there in freaking Conan, you know, and he just chucks it out into the audience when he's done.
The worst joke ever. What were we talking about?
Talking about this panel that I was on.
Yeah. Carrot Top wasn't on the panel, unfortunately.
There was another gentleman on there who's an Emmy Award winner who heads up the film program at the Valencia School here.
Yes.
All right. And there was another a lady there who was a documentarian who's also very well known, and another gentleman who does he's a stunt actor performer, and he's done things in all over the place. You've definitely seen his work. Let's put it that way. And then there was another gentleman who is an acquisitions and distribution specialist type of person. Who's I remember his name is Tim. I forgot his last name. Tim. All right, but here's the funny part with all those people up on there who are like very revered and are experts in their fields and all that. Then you have sitting at the end, me. And but that what, huge. I will say that's the largest audience I've ever played to.
Yeah.
In as much as
a
live audience. I mean,
person.
yeah, full jam-packed theater. Really, really good audience. Great interaction.
Bigger than the conference.
Bigger than the conversation and bigger than DIY days.
Yeah.
I mean, not saying that those weren't well attended. I'm saying that this was a full movie theater of like 250, 300 seats, and it was full. It was full. So the theater itself was just really cool. The panel was awesome. There were a couple people who had dropped out of that panel. Luckily, they actually put me in as a replacement, just kind of because I happen to be talking to the right.
He knows me, and they were just like, okay, since you know Jerry, we're gonna treat you right.
I really feel like Mrs. Cavallaro in this trip because like we get to this festival.
According to the valet, you're Mr. Cavallaro.
Mr. Cavallaro, which is funny because it's my car. Yeah. But Jerry he, at this festival gained a lot of notoriety last year by becoming their first. Apparently.
I have people coming up to me like, "You're the name tag guy," and I'm like, "Yep." From last year, I wore the giant foam name tag, full size. Now I just have stickers that I'm handing out. Well,
he did was he was the inspiration for them creating the Independent Spirit Award here at the Orlando Film Festival, and the cool part about that is that you have it. You have something.
Another prop.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So
I didn't actually win this shirt though. I just went out and made it. So that's really independent.
Yeah, but he does actually have
my own prize.
He does have an award though, and he's actually going to be presenting this year's award to someone else who will become
the DIY punk attitude of like just getting their film seen, promoting their film. Doing whatever it takes to get their film out there.
The indie spirit.
Yep.
And we're keeping our eyes out to see who's kind of embodying that ourselves. We're doing interviews with people the whole time. It's funny, like you sit there and you'll see people who are like, I don't want to do an interview. I'm camera shy. And you're like, you're not going to have a chance to win an award. Oh, there's an award. Okay, well we'll talk about it for a little minute. Like that one guy.
Yeah, we really took some. I almost was like, I'll give you a copy of Stuck Like Chuck if you do the interview, and that's when he was like, no, thank you, never mind, no. Like, I won't give you a copy. Okay, I'll do the interview.
Pretty much, yeah. So it's really cool to have Jerry here with me in a really. God damn it! By the way, I don't even think we're broadcasting anymore.
Probably not.
Yeah, what's going on in the chat room, just so we can.
Is it possible to down res? No. I did it twice before. haha, there are a bunch of those around here. I live in a university town. It's part of another conversation. Dan, seems like very slow tonight. That's what I wrote. I'm reading what I wrote.
You're reading your own message? You're a horrible human being, Jerry.
And something about Brian McGrath. So I'm guessing that they stopped talking about the show because no one can see the show.
Fair enough.
Although I can see from the production computer that we're still
going
recording on there, at least, I hope.
All right, yeah, we should be. So let's go back real quick. Let's chat about let's chat a little bit about your experience there last year. I mean, last year we already know your experience. We talked about it for like a year. We really have, and now we're here at the 2010.
Yep.
And so far, let's talk about the ride down.
Okay.
Ride down was pretty interesting.
Let's do that.
There's nothing in between. Like
North and South Carolina is nothing.
It's dead.
There's nothing there. It's like we really thought like, okay, there's got to be something going. It's trees. It's just trees. Like there's nothing. And then you get to the border of North and South Carolina, and there's this place called South of the Border, which is a famous tourist trap, which is a Mexico-themed little village where they have 14 gift shops, they have restaurants, this really dive motel, adult bookstore to make it like Tijuana. It's really crazy stuff there. In order to get there, you drive through these legs of a giant statue that's called Pedro, which is the most cliched Mexican animated character thing that you've ever seen.
But here's the thing:
but
we're not in. Well, there's that, but we're nowhere near Mexico.
Yeah, that's
true. That's the other thing too. There's all these
that's
Western.
The joke. It's south of the border of North and South Carolina, so let's go. The only thing south of the border is New Mexico.
Right, but here's the funny
There's
thing.
lots of Western wear.
Yeah, Western wear. That's the part that doesn't make sense. It's
Yeah.
you are so not the West.
Yeah, there's a lot of stores that advertise the best Western wear here, and it's like,
why?
yeah, okay. that was kind of random, but okay.
That happened.
Yeah, but
To quote.
What's really weird is though that we passed to quote. We're going down to South Carolina. No one else gets it.
No, that's okay. We got that.
Driving down to South Carolina, you see that, and you're like, wow, South Carolina might be interesting. Kind of offensive, but interesting. And then it's just trees all the way down.
I mean, at least North Carolina had rest areas. South Carolina didn't even have rest areas.
There's really not many rest areas.
No. And then you go through Georgia.
Go through north and south as fast as we can.
Yeah. Then there's Georgia, and then there's Florida, and Florida's kind of.
Florida's kind of cool to drive through. It's not too bad.
It's cool. You get the palm trees and stuff.
We were really fading on it.
Oh, we were really.
It's because it's high. It's not really. It's not just trees. It's cities and lots of.
Well, because you go through Jacksonville,
Yeah.
you go through a whole bunch of different things. But anyway, so we checked in here. We're actually at the Sonesta Hotel here in Orlando.
I'm gonna grab a bit. No.
That's okay. We're good. People can tell we're in a freaking hotel.
This is what their bed sheets look like.
Really? Okay. So we're in the hotel, and we're trying to broadcast from here. It looks like we're not being
It doesn't seem
we're
like
not
we're
being very
doing it.
successful at all. However, we're having a good time. It's been nonstop. I mean, I was fading last night. After we went to there were two parties last night. Yesterday was the opening night. There was a pre-party, then the opening night movie, then an after party, and I was done by the pre-party.
And what's really funny is when we came back, we finally got to the hotel. Was it 1 p.m. on Tuesday?
Yep.
And we're like, we're gonna pass out. We're gonna go right to sleep. And we're like, well, we're kind of smelly. So then Nick's like, I'm gonna take a shower. So Nick took a shower, and then he came out, and then I was like, okay, I'll take a shower. When I came out, Nick was on the computer, and then I went on the computer, and we're like, we really should go to sleep. And we're like, what about food? What if we sleep now and then we wake up really hungry at 2 a.m.? Okay, let's go eat dinner. We'll go eat dinner. So we ate dinner at 4 p.m. We went to a buffet. Then we're like, okay, we'll stuff ourselves and then we'll pass out. Come back to the room, we're like, shit, we got a lot of emails to return. So we started sending out emails and stuff. We finally got to bed 7 p.m.
Yep.
And this was this is almost 40-something hours of being awake. Except for the little micro naps.
Micro naps,
15-minute naps, pulling over to a rest area every once in a while. So, yeah, we got after 40 hours, we go to sleep. And then I was like, well, I'm going to Universal Studios tomorrow. So then we went to sleep, and then we had to wake up at 7 a.m. to go to Universal Studios. So then Nick drops me off at Universal Studios because he didn't come.
No.
So and then I spent the day walking around Universal Studios, which it's awesome though because we went really early, so we beat all the crowds. And I went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, like I said I was going to do last week, and it was empty. which is awesome.
Yeah.
I did everything in 10 minutes. There's like no. The only thing that's a huge line. I think we're not even broadcasting anymore.
Okay. Well, we're still recording here.
Okay.
All right. I don't
So-
know if we're getting any audio out of it, but
Yeah, you should check that. Are we?
yeah, a little
We're
bit.
getting audio.
A little bit.
Okay, that's.
We'll be all right. So, anyways.
So yeah, so
So this
we
show
went to
happened.
The Harry Potter was
Yep.
awesome, and butterbeer is amazing. And
Jerry was nice enough to get me a
Yes.
cup of butterbeer so that I could
On
try
my
it on his way out.
Yeah, on my way out, I was like 2 butterbeers, and I drank one on the way back. And then, like, as I'm walking, because it looks like beer.
It looks like
So
beer,
I'm
and it's in a
walking
beer
around,
cup.
And you're not supposed to drink outside of designated areas in Universal. And then when you're walking city walk, you're not supposed to. So I'm walking, I go along, and then, like, I'm finally just about to get to the parking lot, and I see this cop, like, a security guard, whatever, rushing over to me. And, like, I can tell he's eyeing the beer, and he thinks that it's beer. So then I just turn it, and you see Wizarding World of Harry Potter on the cup. And then he was like, and he just walked away. So I was like, okay, yeah. So I'm not trying to smuggle beer outside of Universal Studios. So I smuggled butter beer. There's a difference.
Yeah, and so I picked up Jerry, and then from there, we went back to the hotel room, and then we basically are ready to go to the pre-party.
Yeah,
we went.
We were faded. We were like done. We wanted to go to sleep. And
Yeah.
we went to the pre-party.
Yep.
And we were like, okay, we'll go to the pre-party. And then it started raining, so it was like
Yep.
pouring at the pre-party, which
Yep.
was an outdoor bar. So, but there was like little enclosed areas.
It was kind of cool though. It was.
Yeah.
It was. It was. The whole party itself was kind of really sweet, and then there was the opening
Ember.
night movie. Yeah, Ember was the name of it. Yeah, and then the opening night movie called The Frost, which was playing at the Plaza Cinema Cafe here in Orlando,
Which,
and
the first time you've been there, so how awesome is that theater?
that theater is the shit.
That's my favorite movie. The seats there are like this, but
Yeah, they're-
more comfortable.
And the
Like,
armrests are like
yeah,
double
big flat
armrests.
armrests. And you have
Cop.
an area where you can put trays where you can put food. You can get food, and it's like gourmet deli food. They got sandwiches, hot food. It's not just popcorn stuff. It's actually really good food at really good prices. And then I found like an advertisement now.
You really-
but it's like really
Great
good
food at really great prices.
Yeah.
Really?
Come on
Is it?
down to the Plaza Cinema Cafe. but yeah, it's
I don't
like,
think they'd be
it's-
so retarded when they did it, but okay. Fucking pirate or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a gold miner.
I don't know.
No.
Well, yeah. Well, the reason they're double is so you can put your tray of food down. That's what I was getting at.
Right.
But yeah, it's beautiful theater, great projection, nice, great seats, and it's just a great location in the middle of like the heart of downtown Orlando. And you got whole bars and clubs around it, great restaurants and stuff, which we get discounts for VIPs.
Mad discounts because we VIP, motherfucker.
Yep. And
We
what
are.
you should do is, if you're in Orlando and you're like, hey, that sounds awesome, head over to the Plaza Cinema Cafe and buy a VIP badge yourself. Only $100.
$100.
And
You get
there
access to
might-
everything.
Yeah, and there still might be some passes left. For $100, you get the badge, and for a limited time, you get one pass to Universal Studios, which is $119. Right
But here's the thing too. I mean, like it
Limited
also
supply,
gives you
so be
VIPs get priority access to like
Yes,
everything.
yes.
So like if you wanted to meet Allison Brie, Haley Joel Osment, even all these other the president of SAG was there.
Yep.
You want to meet all these
Dukakis is
Olympia
having a lunch
Dukakis.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Which if VIP, you get into it.
There's another Universal Studios tour that's going on.
No, that's for the filmmakers.
That's just for
Yeah,
filmmakers?
that's the VIP thing.
We get that anyway.
Yeah, we'll tell you. Well, not VIP thing. That's a filmmaker thing that we're getting in on. But yeah, we'll talk about that next week.
Okay.
But yeah.
Sorry.
But then there are other things. Like there's the closing night party, which is Edwin McCain is playing there, which I mentioned last week.
Yep.
He sings "I'll Be" and
That one other song that's the only other hit he's ever had.
exactly.
Yeah, there you go. Moving on.
That's
so,
so mean. I'm
but
gonna tell him you said that.
you go right ahead.
But you get.
And he'll go, "Who's Nick Baisley?"
And doesn't that make you feel bad?
It really will.
You're making fun of him. Oh, no one knows who you are. But people did. It's like, who's Nick Baisley? I don't know. The film critic that looks... No, I'm not going to go there.
Really? Oh.
I didn't do it. I didn't say that you look like Sloth.
Oh.
Okay, I'm joking. You don't look like Sloth.
You're not joking.
You look like Matt Lucas.
I am going to completely bash you over the head with something.
You're gonna hit me with
Actually,
the
I've
boom arm.
I decided what I'm going to do. I'm going to fart in your mouth when you sleep.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to do that. That's
No,
happening.
you're not gonna
That's
do
what's
that.
happening next.
You're not going to do that.
Really?
Because I'm not sleeping in here tonight. I would say I'll sleep in the bathroom, but the lock is broken on our bathroom. So we have it. Let's see if I have.
Our room is a little ghetto. I'm not gonna lie.
We have a like Chuck door hanger on the bathroom door when we're to let everyone like I'm letting Nick know I'm in the bathroom right now.
Masturbating.
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's
Go to the bathroom after eating Checkers.
Checkers is fast food for you guys who don't know.
Bacon, cheese, French fries. Sounds like a good idea at the time. And honestly, I don't regret having them because they're delicious.
He's like, I have no regrets.
Yeah. I'm like, no regrets. They were so tasty. They really were.
Where we were then accosted by a homeless man.
Yes.
Who had a very good story, and I was happy to give him money because he really put some effort into it.
Yeah, go over to one of the theme parks. They can put him in a costume, and he could be.
You gotta wonder. You gotta wonder, like, and the only thing we didn't check out were the Holy Land Experience.
Yes, we gotta look.
We gotta look that up. But anyway, let's go back to the movies. So we saw the opening movie, The Frost. We met the director and another. It was actually the production secretary. I don't remember his name, but he doesn't speak a lick of English. So.
Then you can tell him how you really felt about the movie, but just smile.
Just smile when you do it. Exactly. Well, I know we did get the. Hey, so how did you like the movie?
Norway is
beautiful. Well, I wasn't a fan. I wasn't. I had some fundamental issues with it. It's called The Frost. Check it out. Regardless, I mean,
we can just say like what we felt. It was very European.
It was very European.
It wasn't my type of movie. There are people that would probably love the movie.
Like Dan Springen loves that movie. But he's like, there's so many levels. I'm like, I agree there's many levels to that movie, but there's a lot of levels I don't understand. There's a lot of levels to Super Mario Brothers too, okay? But I'm not saying...
Super Mario Brothers is amazing.
Absolutely.
If we were sitting there watching some kid play Super Mario Brothers, I would have enjoyed that.
I actually got physically ill during the movie. And I don't know if it's because of the movie or because it was...
Well, I think it was just from still being exhausted.
I think so too.
But and then, after being the party, and the drinks.
The other thing too, for parties, free beer, free wine for VIPs.
Yeah, if you're a VIP, free beer, free wine.
Open, so basically everywhere you go.
Not every bar.
All the parties.
Not every party.
Not every
some
party.
of the parties you just get like drink specials, like 2-for-1 drinks. Like tonight's party's 2-for-1 drinks. But it's like really, you get big discounts. Plus you get discounts at like places like Ember, Chillers, Big Belly, Latitudes, Chris Chop House, Rock Room, Bento, Piper's, which I ate at last year. It was awesome. Urban Flats, which is really cool. You get like 25% off the whole bill.
But there's one pizza place that we both like. There's no
Gino's Pizzeria.
Gino's Pizza.
Gino's Pizza and Brew. And I have this because I bought this last year, and I brought it back. Lifetime $1 refills on this thing.
So I've learned a lot about Jerry since being on this thing. There's two things that stand out, and I'm sure he's learned a lot about me as well.
Yeah.
But the two things that really stand out are one.
Naked. And he's not arguing.
I'm really not. It's not naked. I sleep in my boxers. There's a difference.
You sleep naked, but you're sleeping in your boxers now, right? You said you sleep naked.
No, I was joking. I only sleep in my boxers.
Okay, thank God. Okay. I didn't want that image of you actually naked.
As it was, when I got out of bed today, I slipped the ball out, and I slipped the ball out. And I felt really weird about it, so I'm like,
Oh, you did?
I did. I totally slipped the ball. I was like just hanging out. I was like, oh no. God, you did not see that. It was bad.
The image would have been horrible.
But I did learn a couple things about Jerry. The first one is that we already knew he didn't drive, but I didn't know how obsessed with Purell he is.
I'm not obsessed with Purell.
Dude, my God.
If I'm going to eat, I put Purell on.
And if you touch anything, you put Purell
Only if I'm going to eat. If I'm about to eat. Or if I have to touch my face, if I have to touch anything like my face for some reason. But I don't like...
I was giving money to a homeless guy, and I'm like, hey,
my
food.
Hand while I was eating a burger. I had to wash after I wanted to finish my burger.
Yeah, what are you going to get the meth off of it?
Yeah. But if it was, if I wasn't going to eat the burger, I would have waited until, I wouldn't have Purell.
And speaking of our sleeping habits... We also found out that Jerry talks in his sleep.
I knew I talked in my sleep. I just didn't tell him to warn him.
Yeah.
But I didn't know to the extent that apparently today I'm sleeping in bed like this, and then I pop up, I turned to Nick, opened my eyes, and said, Nick! back to sleep.
I wasn't even going to bring that up because I thought that was kind of bad.
That's just creepy.
But you know what? At this point, it's, you know what? Gary Ging's having dreams about me, according to him, and then you're calling my name in your sleep. Something's going on here, folks.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm just scared. Maybe just something was happening. I'm like, oh my god, Nick, save me. The guy's taking my soul.
Look, at least you didn't fucking bolt up in the middle of the night, your head spin around and went, your mother sucks cock in hell. Like, I mean, I really, at least that didn't happen.
Damn.
No.
Yeah, that would have been much more interesting than Nick.
It was creepy. I woke up. It was 7:30 in the morning, and I'm like, "What? Why is he waking me up? It's 7:30 in the morning. We don't have to be up for."
Wait, was it 7:30 or was it 6:30?
I looked at that clock, so it was 8:30 technically. All right.
Our clock is an hour
behind,
and we can't figure out how to. I'm hitting the clock thing. I'm trying to set it, not changing at all.
No, but you know what? Like that doesn't work. One of our phones, the button to call down to like the main desk doesn't work.
Yeah.
And there are many other. There's no hard.
Lines are solid. Like they don't move.
They're
stationary. They're nailed to the top.
Yeah.
But I guess that technically works. But
there's Wi-Fi. There's Wi-Fi here, but there's no hardwired connection.
Which is why you can't see the show tonight.
Yeah, that's why you can't. I had to go out to Target and just buy a wireless adapter because I brought the tower because I brought the production computer because I thought we'd be broadcasting, but apparently
it's cool that we have free internet, free Wi-Fi. Although it's not what we needed. It's still good that we have free.
We can at least do email. We can do a few other. I mean,
Twitter,
I'll go.
In the chat room where no one's. Okay, there's actually people here. Wow, I can sort of see you guys, and I can kind of hear you guys. Thank you, David Foldy or Fold.
David Foldy.
Fold is it?
Is it Foldy? I think it's Foldy.
I don't remember.
I don't know either. He's not like he said his name to us.
Spoken to him. Yeah.
But
we're not even live anymore. I just realized Nick is bald. Haha. I hate my internet. Another one I'll have to watch offline. It's not your internet, Dave.
Yeah, go ahead and talk. You talk to the audience. I'm going to talk real quick about some other things. So we did the after party afterwards. I felt ill, but the good thing was the after party was actually at the hotel, and I'm glad that I laid down for like 5-10 minutes just while Jerry was getting his shit together, and I was kind of just trying to relax and get my head together.
And I gave you some expired Tylenol.
We had some expired Tylenol / ecstasy, and
Tylenol.
I don't know. I felt like raving.
Although I did say that's what. How is it? Tylenol.
That's what ecstasy is made out of.
That's what ecstasy is made out of, expired medicine, because
expired.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a funnier joke at the time.
No, it wasn't. It was only funny when we were really tired and we weren't.
That's where most of my humor comes from. Really tired. If you're really tired or if you're stoned, you'll probably like this.
Pretty much. So yeah, we went to the after party. It was rocking. It was actually in one room. It was supposed to be somewhere else, and then they moved it. Anyway, the Orlando Film Festival knows how to put on a good party, is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Then we fast forward.
Just Dan.
Dan Springen.
He's the life of every party. He's insane.
He's that guy.
He's great. He's the executive director of the festival. We've had him on before. We've talked about him.
Yeah. So.
But to get the room, like he whistled really loud. And then climbed up onto the chairs. He realized that the table was covered in stuff, so he couldn't get up on the table. So he just walked along the chairs, like around, just trying to rile people up. And then we saw some of the pictures of him. It looked like he was holding like a peace rally.
Yeah, he's like, yeah.
He was like, yeah,
it was cool. So we did that party. Then we went to sleep. Woke up. That brings us to today. As far as today is concerned, I don't remember most of today. But
I let him sleep in. I woke up at 11:20. We said we would set the alarms for 11:30. The alarms didn't go off, and I was like, you know what? I'll take my shower. I'll get some stuff done. So I sent out some emails. I tweeted a little bit, and so I woke him up at like 12:30.
He's a good wife, I got to tell you.
Yeah. I let him sleep in for the night.
Thanks, dear.
Too far. Yeah. Hey, you're the one that's Mr. Cavallaro.
Exactly, I'm Mr.
Mr. Cavallaro.
We're Mr. and Mr. Cav. All right, the Cavalleros.
Yeah. Spelled wrong too.
Spelled wrong. Yeah. I did. I spelled his name wrong. Dude. It was the guy's like, okay, this is after like 36, being up for like 36 hours. The guy's like, okay, so what name do I put on the ticket? I'm like Cavallaro, and the guy's like, how do you spell that? I'm like, really? I'm like, this is like taking a drunk test. C-A-L. No, that's what I was doing. I was sounding it out.
There's like 4 L's.
It's still like,
I don't know.
There's like 4 L's.
However you spell Nero is the.
Cavallaro or something, whatever. Anyway, so then so we got up. We actually grabbed all of our gear, and we went on down to the film festival. We set up. We had like this nice little alcove that looks beautiful.
We're setting up there
with some
and the rest of the fest too. Yeah, there's some great art by Love Allison.
LoveAllison.com.
I think that's how she that's her artist name.
Yeah.
But it's Allison. She works at the Plaza, and I met her last year, and we didn't even realize that was her art until she
pointed out.
and she's like, I didn't tell you could use my art, but
as a backdrop, yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. That's the part. Like we're still like.
But she was cool last year, so I'm sure she's fine.
Well, I talked to her. I did talk to her when we were at the VIP.
Are we gonna do the interview?
Yeah, we're gonna do an interview with her. Yeah.
We'll interview her.
So, but we set up an interview area, and we basically had a bunch of people in, and we actually have. It's funny, like here we have more of a set and more like of a whole thing. Like even with this is like
better than everything you've ever seen of us.
I agree. Except it's still me.
Too, so it's much higher quality.
Yeah, we are. We're shooting on a Canon XH-A1,
yep.
And which is what Jerry shot Stuck Like Chuck with, and we're having a great time with that. There you go. Dude, please, I give you a huge shout out in front of like 200 people today.
I'm happy. He got Allison Brie to clap for me, so that was awesome.
Did she clap for you? I didn't even notice.
When you said Jerry from last year, you know him, he won the Independent Spirit Award, and then there was like the little round of applause. She was clapping. She was in there. Haley Joel Osment too. So I was just like, yes. Now, if only I can meet her. While you're on stage talking to her and bullshitting, and then you're posing for pictures.
I'm posing for pictures, and I'm like,
she's like on top of you, and I'm
that was
like,
awesome.
No,
that was
I'm
awesome.
I'm the star of this festival, not you,
dude. It's
Dan,
funny.
What the bread?
Xavier, anyone?
Come on.
Mama, someone maternal.
Someone hold me.
But no, I mean honestly, if there was ever a time where like having Jerry has come in handy, it's been here. Because like even like for the Universal tour, I'm like I need to sign up, and he's like, oh yeah, talk to him, and he's like, okay, so Nic Baisley from FilmSnobbery, fine. He goes, so you bringing anyone with me? I said, yeah, I'm bringing Jerry with me, and he goes, okay, so I'll just put his Jerry Cavallaro +1, and I'm like,
that's
really?
Right. That's right.
I'm like, I have a name, you know.
Yeah, +1. +1 Cavallaro.
Cavallaro 1 up. Up yours. Do
I have that shirt with me? No, I don't have that.
But yeah, so we had it was a really good day doing the interviews and stuff like that. Then we did the panel. After the panel, it was, dude, I have never been more mobbed by fucking people in my life. I felt like I actually like belonged there for a second.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened after my movie screened there last year. Like everyone came up to me and was asking me questions. Like my Q&A went for a while, and then they like all wanted questions afterwards, and that's what happened. We had to like end the panel because there was just too many questions, and we went on way too long. And
it was supposed to be an hour and a half. Yeah.
The Drummond Will, they actually that movie was supposed to start at 7. Then they pushed that to 7:30. The panel ended up going on till 8. So the Drummond Will started like 8:30 now.
Yeah.
Those guys, we wanted to see their film, but we had to come back and set up for this. But we're checking it out first thing tomorrow. That's what we're going to see. Yeah. That looks awesome. We met them.
Alan Butterman. Is it Butterman or Butterworth? Butter. I don't know. Alan.
Let's go.
Yeah, go to the videotape. Anyway, but there are a couple of him and his other friend there, a couple of British blokes that we've been kind of palling around with. Both of us are unfortunately horrible with names.
Alan Butterworth.
Butterworth, it was okay. Okay. Butterworth.
But the movie, I saw the trailer. That was one of the few movies that I was like, I have to see that. I think the trailer is great for it. I really want to see that. And then the way it worked out, we were not going to be able to see it.
It's funny, like we haven't been able to see any fucking movies since we've been here.
No.
None.
Because we were like, let's go see a movie, and then we get mobbed by people. You want to interview us? You want to interview it? So we interviewed them, and then I'm like, okay, I wanted to see Sudden Death today. I was looking for it. I scheduled everything around Sudden Death.
Yeah.
And then we just got mobbed by interviews and stuff. And then Sudden Death, I think they came in for just a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm. And then they're heading back to Savannah.
Adam and Melanie Hall, and I was really looking forward to meeting them. And then they came in just before the movie started, and then they had to go back to Georgia, Savannah, Georgia, for their film festival, and then they're coming back here Saturday night, I think, and Sunday they're screening or something like that.
They said that when they come back, we're all there. So
we have to see. We'll meet them Sunday.
But
I'm looking forward to that film, and I'm looking forward to meeting them.
And that's honestly the unfortunate part about being a film reviewer at a film festival, especially not only a film reviewer but also a film.
Even if you're a filmmaker, it's hard. You're promoting your film. It's hard to see other films. Like all the time, I talk to filmmakers and they're like, "Oh yeah, I see all the films at a festival." I'm like, "But when do you promote?" They're like, "The festival. That's their job to promote. I put out a postcard." I'm like, "Yeah, that's why you have 4 people in attendance, and I sold out,
and 3 of them are you."
And it's like, you have to be, pushing your film out. You have to go everywhere. Like, and even people have been coming up to me because they knew that I won the award last year, and that I'm giving out the award. They've been asking me advice, like, "How do you promote your film? What did you do?" And I'm like, "I went to all of the stores around here. You see that deli across the street? I went there to buy a drink, and when I was getting like an iced tea, and I said, 'Hey, by the way, do you know about the festival across the street?' And they didn't. Well, they kind of knew what was going on, but they didn't know it was free. They didn't know that they could just go there for movies. And I told them, I'm a filmmaker. Can I put up some flyers? They said yes.
Yep.
When I went to get pizza at the pizzeria, I was like, can I put up flyers? They were like, sure. Leave them up on the tables and stuff. So every table in the pizzeria had a Stuck Like Chuck door hanger. And we had door hangers hanging everywhere. I was like, just ask. All you have to do is ask people, and usually they'll say yes. Like, you'd be surprised.
Yep.
Even Staten Island, I was shocked. Applebee's, I was like, a place like Applebee's is going to say no. Applebee's, no problem. I went to the Staten Island Mall. I walked all around the mall. Every store there, I was like, okay, people that shop here might want to see my movie. I went Hot Topic, Spencer's, they were all like, yeah, leave them at the counter here. And they were really cool. And you just got to ask. And that's what a lot of filmmakers, like, they don't get that. You have to promote. You have to.
You want to do just a real quick chat room check? Also, give me a time check.
There's nobody in the chat room anymore.
Okay, time?
We've been going for like 35 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, that does bring us to today, and kind of brings us to right now. No, we're doing okay. That brings us to right now, and the good thing is we do got a lot of interviews that we're going to be doing. I know that I'm behind a little bit on interviews for like a lot of places and people, and I apologize. We'll get those up ASAP. I've had no time. And everyone's like, hey, what happened? This, that, and the other. I'm like, I've been driving and trying to sleep at some point, and then doing all this, and I'm only one person. Even with Jerry, it's really difficult because in as much as we can't both be editing at the same time.
It's like that Seinfeld joke. It's just like, well, we can't do it, but 2 real men can.
2 real men could, yeah.
It's just like we could build that cabin. No, maybe 2
real men could.
So,
but
killed it.
Yeah, good.
Merry Christmas, Mom.
So we're the rest of the weekend we've got planned up. We're going to go finish up the festival and then drive back and hopefully not kill each other.
We got a sketch that we still got to film.
Several, I think, like a couple, at least
some
a
really
couple.
funny stuff that I think it's funny that I wrote and that we wanted to do, and we just haven't had the time to do.
Well,
it.
not only time, but you wrote it specifically for this, and we haven't had time to do it. But I mean, when else can you and I do anything?
Yeah,
So
we really gotta.
We're trying to maximize our time together.
We're gonna try to do a new commentary for Stuck Like Chuck for the official DVDs that we're gonna hopefully get in stores. And because the commentary that we have, first of all, it's outdated because we talk about Stuck Like Chuck 2.
Right, which is now called
Get Stuck.
Yep.
And there's like little minor changes and stuff. And there's stuff like in the commentary that I never got to say. So I'm like, now is our chance. We'll redo the commentary. And we're just like, when are we going to do this? We have no time to do this.
Yeah.
And like you brought Spaced because I never saw it and I wanted to see it. So we're like, we're going to watch the entire series of Spaced.
It's
like
12 episodes.
Why did we think that we would have time? Like,
well, because when we're at home, we're always doing stuff, and we have like a million things going on, but we still find time to watch Community and like all the stuff we want to watch.
But it's funny, like we've been to festivals before. Like when I was at the festival last year, I really didn't have time for anything. And this year, I'm like, now I'm covering it for a news outlet too. I'm covering it for FilmSnobbery. I'm doing all this stuff, and I'm still promoting my own stuff. And now I'm giving out like an award, and now I'm like, why did I think I would have more time? I was like, I didn't have time.
Well, I mean, look, if you weren't promoting your film as heavily, not saying you are,
I'm not
but
promoting my film much. Really.
Yeah, I mean, well, every time we talk to people, and I think I think it's good at least that filmmakers are approaching us anyway to talk to us, that gives you an outlet, and that gives me an outlet. I've gone through a ton of business cards here.
I told you this.
I don't think I've ever given out more.
Festival for networking that I've ever been to. Everyone's friendly. Everyone has questions, and everyone's like in the field. Everyone's like interested in film, and because like I told you before that We have Valencia, we got Full Sail, and we got Central Florida, and there's three big film schools right in the area. So the volunteers here are all film students or people interested in film or filmmakers.
Oh, by the way, when that lady made the Roger Ebert comment, then everyone on the panel went, "No." Sorry, that just came to me, and I'm just like, "Oh, that was funny," and I'm sitting there like I'm chuckling to myself.
Yeah, we're like, well, we've said much worse.
Yeah.
We've made jokes like that before.
We've had a good time. And I will say the ability to bounce jokes off of Jerry in real time, gold. You know, like just back and forth. Like we were saying, what was the stupid fucking thing we said the other day? We were literally crying, pretty much. Like we're rolling around on our respective beds when we were laying down. It was really fun. Not at your house with the lamp,
okay.
Not that one. Although that was fucking hilarious.
I thought you were making fun of how I turned my light on. Okay.
No.
Okay.
But there was some joke where we were both like, it was when we were both starting ready to get to sleep or something like that, and it was just really goddamn funny.
I don't know.
See, this is how bad it is. Like, we haven't been sleeping much, so we don't really have much.
I wish there was someone filming us, because that would have been gold. There was so much that we missed out on. That was just funny stuff.
Yeah.
And like I wrote some of it down, but I don't even remember. Like some of it, you can't even read what it says. Because I was like so tired, and I'm like, oh, that's hysterical.
That's a Jerry Seinfeld episode.
God. There's like. And then this fat guy cricket legs.
Back cricket leg. I didn't want to bring that up. I thought that was embarrassing for you. Fat guy.
I've always been embarrassed on this show, so it doesn't matter.
Fat guy cricket leg. But you know, as one fat guy to another, I completely understand fat guy cricket leg.
No, when you're not extremely fit and a toothpick, your legs rub against each other sometimes.
A little bit.
So when you're walking around an amusement park, say like Universal Studios,
and you get wet
for hours, and you're on water rides where you get soaked, and your pants get stuck to your legs, and then you it's rubbing, you get like
you get a rash. You get a rash.
And some guy. Fat guy rash, some kind different names for it. I like cricket legs because that sounds a little bit better.
Cricket legs, because crickets rub their legs together.
They rub their legs together, you get the chirping. So yeah, I don't think we have to explain it. Our audience isn't that dumb. But yeah, so fat guy cricket leg. So we were joking around how I was walking with my legs really wide open just because it was burning but that sounded bad. But yeah.
There was anal seepage and
no, it didn't go that far. But the funny thing is, Nick was like, "You should put that in your movie. That's funny. I've never seen that. You should put that in your movie." And then I was like, "That would be funny. I should put it in my movie." And I was like, "Wait a minute. That's already in the script for Get Stuck." And I was like, "I'm living my own movie."
I think that's where we were laughing.
And then we started laughing. Maybe that was.
I think that was it.
I'm like, I'm living my own script. Oh my god.
You're at the Orlando Film Festival of all
in the script, Jerry at the Orlando Film Festival
has an incident.
What happens? It's not the cricket leg.
Has an incident.
An incident that he gets like a burn in this area, and he's walking funny through the holes trying to get ice from the ice machine. And I actually went to get ice from the ice machine. So I can, because my 7-Up was cold because there's no fridge in this room. Which I was really disappointed with that. But yeah, so we were walking to get I was walking to get ice, so I'm walking like this with my legs wide, so that way it didn't like. And then we got back, and I was just like, "You're like, you should put this in a movie," and I'm like, "Yeah, I should." Wait a minute.
I did. Well, we oh shit, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. Go ahead. I completely disrupted the flow, and I was ready to go, and I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Yeah, I was done. I was in my movie.
The thing, Halloween candy.
Well, we've been having Halloween candy. Yeah, we bought Halloween candy. Well, that's what. Okay, at Walmart. Yeah. Well, we took micro naps. Mostly Nick. I can't really sleep like that in a car for like just 10 minutes or whatever. So Nick would take these micro naps, and I would stay awake. We would go to rest areas. A few times I would actually end up falling asleep right when Nick was like, "Okay, I'm waking up," and I'm like, "Ah." But at one point, I was wide awake. I couldn't go to sleep. I was dead tired, but I just couldn't sleep.
He had that second wind almost.
And so Nick pulled into a Walmart because Walmart, the ones that are open 24 hours, even the ones that aren't, I think, they allow you to park in there and sleep overnight, especially like campers and a lot of tour buses, especially for bands and stuff, like bands that are going on the Warped Tour and stuff. Like, I have stories from like Yellow Card. They would pull in and just sleep there in their bus. So at it was like 6 a.m. And Nick pulls into a Walmart, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go shop in a Walmart, and Nick's like, okay, I'm gonna go to sleep for a half hour. So I was walking around Walmart trying to waste time, and I was like, let me, Halloween just ended. I even said this last week. after Halloween, I try to buy Halloween stuff. I try to buy costumes and stuff really cheap. And like bottles of blood. You can get a bottle of blood for like $1 when normal price is like $8. And it's called Bottle of Blood. That's the name of it. And they sell it in Walmart. And it's actually really good. I used it in one of my short films a few years ago. And I still have like 4 bottles left. And I wanted to get some more because I have the idea for the horror film. So I was like, oh, I'll go find some bottles of blood. They didn't have any. But I'm like, discount Halloween candy, jackpot. So we're looking for Halloween candy to buy for the road trip because that'll keep us awake. We'll have Halloween candy sugar rushes.
Well,
so,
Jerry's in, bear in mind, Jerry's in there the first time without me.
Yeah, so the first time without him, so I'm going and looking for candy, and I didn't know, so I sent him a text, and he was like, we'll talk about it when you get to the car. I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm like, really? You're going to text me? You know I'm just trying to get as much sleep as possible.
Like, okay, fine. So then I'm like, I walk around a bit, I'm wasting time looking. I was shocked at how Walmart was exactly the same there as it was, where we were in Georgia?
Georgia.
And it's exactly the same in Georgia as it is in New Jersey, and I'm like, I really thought they would have different clothes or something, but it was all exactly the same.
Even the layout is the same.
Everything. They didn't even have like specialty foods or. So I was kind of surprised by that. But, so I'm looking for candy, and then I go to the Blu-ray section just to check it out, look at movies and stuff. And then I noticed that they had this section of movies that isn't supposed to be out yet, and it was like these Blu-ray 2-packs that are out. They're action movie 2-packs that star people from the Expendables, and they're supposed to come out when the Expendables come out as a promotion for the Expendables. And they had all of them there, and they're all supposed to, most of them I think, at least I knew Crank was supposed to come out in 2 weeks because I wanted to get it because I never saw Crank or Crank 2. And everyone's like, you'll love it, you have to see it. And I was like, maybe I'll get the Blu-ray. So I was going to ask for it for like, I was going to tell my mom to pick it up for Thanksgiving.
So long story short is that Jerry...
$10. Yeah, so I'm buying that, and then I went to candy, and the only thing that I saw that I was like, this would be a good sugar rush, Pixie Sticks. So then I go in there and I buy. So if you want to know what you buy at 6 a.m. at a Walmart, Crank and Pixie Sticks. That sounds like a drug deal. It really
pretty
does.
much.
It sounds like
it's not something you so much do in a Walmart at 6 a.m. It's something you do behind the Walmart at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I went to Walmart to buy Crank and Pixie Sticks.
There you go.
Yeah, but
and then that's funny, dude, because like he literally, he's knocking on my window to get into the car, and I swear to God, you were gone for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because that's what the map was.
You just left. What happened? Did you forget something on the car? I'm like, dude, I've been
gone for like
yeah. And then I was like, they have discount candy. You're like, what? You didn't even remember that I sent you a text. And I was like, I sent you a text, and you're like, oh yeah. I was like, they have all this candy. And you're like, oh, let's go get some candy.
Well, he's like, look, Crank and Pixie Sticks,
yeah.
$8. And I'm like, really, Jerry? Because that's the other thing too. Is like Jerry, the entire damn thing is just like anything for a deal. Anything for a goddamn deal with this guy.
I wanted to get it, and it was on sale, and I was like, I wasn't planning on buying it, but I mean, for that cheap, I was like, I gotta get, because I wanted to see Crank and Crank 2, and I was going to get it.
Well, so anyway, we're going down.
Candy.
Yeah, we got some candy. We're going down like through. We're going down through Jacksonville. We're going down through Jacksonville, like literally as we're traveling through. We're just, for lack of a better term, chugging Pixie Sticks.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, hit me next.
When we start
hit
getting
me
close, though, Nick's, like, he's, because it started, like, he's like, hit me, so I would just give him a Pixie Stick, and then he would just, like, have any, then when he started getting closer, he started getting aware, and he was just like, don't give me the blue ones. I was like, why? Like, I don't want my blue tongue for when I meet Dan.
Yeah.
But then he ended up staying in the car. He didn't even meet Dan the first day.
Yeah, well, I couldn't because of the cops. There's no parking.
It just doesn't work out.
Which I wish I knew I could have gone around the side and gone into that alcove.
Yeah, but that's really supposed to just be for taxing and stuff. You're not supposed to.
I know, but we could have.
That's where the garage goes, but I guess you can leave it there for maybe a few minutes.
Yeah, we probably could have worked something out there.
But I ended up staying up there for like 15, 20 minutes getting our passes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there was a problem with getting the pass because they needed to put a press sticker on it, which they still have it. Yeah, and then Dan's like, you want a beer? And I'm like, no, I want to sleep. And then I had to get my pass for Universal and stuff from them.
But anyway, we got everything together, and we're here. We made it safe, so anyone who's... Ooh, I just bumped the microphone. So anyone who was worried about us not making it, don't worry about it. We're cool now.
We proved you wrong.
Yeah, you know, there are tons of people who say it's impossible to drive.
It's impossible. You'll never make it. You'll never make it alive. You're going to die in a fiery crash. Thanks, Mom.
Real Carol Brady of you. But yeah, we made it. We're cool. Now we just got to make it home. But
which we're stopping.
We're stopping.
We're not stupid.
Well,
we're still stupid, but we're a little bit No, not even
We're a
spotty.
little less.
We know not to do that.
Yeah. And it's good. I mean, we've been able to have a good time, and we're both being a little thrifty because these things can be expensive. We know that, but we've been able to we've been a little thrifty.
Passes, we get discounts at some great places.
Frick
Although
yeah.
we haven't really gone to any other places.
Well, no, I mean, we'll figure something out. I think. Are we gonna take are we going to the after party tonight?
I don't know. It depends on if you're up to it.
I don't know. I'm yawning even during the show.
We gotta wake up early for the Drummond Will tomorrow.
Right.
And we still got a ton of emails to return.
I gotta do this show.
Yeah, we gotta get the show.
And then all the footage we took today too.
The after party tonight, but we'll have to hit the after party tomorrow.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, we'll get all the footage together from the panel and all that other kind of
we'll
stuff.
Get that. I got like almost 2 hours of footage.
Cool.
Which mostly it's zooming in on Allison Brie. No. I actually kept it mostly wide so you can get the
She's
whole
tiny.
panel. But,
She's tiny. Like I was really.
she's not that tiny, but she's average, isn't she? I don't know. I didn't get close enough.
I did. She's tiny. I mean, I'm not saying like she's thin or anorexic or anything like weird, retarded Hollywood crap like that. I'm just saying like she's a tiny girl. Like when you see her on like Community or you see like her photo shoots or something like that, like she looks taller or larger than she does in person.
She looks a lot larger in her pictures. You should have been like, yeah, you look so much bigger.
Well, and they say the camera adds 10 pounds, so I guess that's it. But no, I'm not.
That's horrible.
No, she's not at all. She's tiny. Is my point. My point is that she's tiny.
But not definitely tiny.
Yeah, she's not anorexic. Is what I'm saying. Like she's healthy. She's healthy. There's nothing wrong with Allison Brie. Believe me, she smells nice. That's right, Jerry. She smells nice. I don't.
I'm gonna meet her somehow.
We're interviewing her tomorrow.
Well, we still don't have it definite, but
we're good.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. We are getting an interview with Haley Joel Osment tomorrow, so that'll be good. Something a little bit different for us here at FilmSnobbery. Add it to our list of awesome celebrities that we've had on.
I didn't know he's been at NYU for 4 years.
Yeah, he's been like in your neck of the woods forever,
right
studying experimental theater.
Yeah, and I'm just. Why? You're Haley Joel Osment. It's like the same thing. James Franco's going to Columbia and New York, and he has he's getting a class at Harvard.
Well,
yeah. I'm like, why?
And what's
You're
her face?
James
The chick Hermione from what is her face? She's at Brown, or isn't she, or something like that?
She's only known for one thing, but I mean, still, for that one thing, she's like a billionaire. Not a billionaire, but like, she's
rich, bitch.
She got like a huge chunk of money just for being in the last film. They were just like, she got paid this much, and I'm like, Jesus. Like, imagine how much she made from all of the movies.
And then the merchandise. She's got to get a piece of merch.
Oh, yeah.
She's got to. I mean, it's got to be in her contract. Anyway, give me a time check real quick.
Wizarding World of Harry Potter. We're 10:58, so...
I'll tell you what. Why don't we wrap this up?
I think it's like 52 minutes probably then.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't we wrap up? Because we got a...
This is a special show. I'm actually in person. We're wrapping it up.
Well, yeah, we're wrapping up like a Jimmy hat. We're nothing else is recording right now. If that tape runs out, we're fucked. Well, I'll tell you what, folks. You're gonna see more from us anyway. You're gonna see a couple of skits, hopefully, that we've got lined up. You're gonna see the interviews, obviously, that we're up to and we're doing. Jerry's actually acting as a director, helping me out. Stuck Like Chuck, he's promoting while he's down here, and we've got to meet a lot of great people. Film Festival's taking really good care of us. And not just because we're awesome, but that's part of it. But I think that from what I've been seeing so far while I've been here, it's definitely worth the price of admission for filmmakers to apply to the Orlando Film Festival next year. So keep that in mind. I'm looking forward to doing I want to see their comedy fest, the Full Fest. We're not going to make it, are we?
That's not going to happen.
Fuck. All right. Well, anyway.
It's actually every day this week.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like tonight's like the first round, then there's the second round, and then Saturday there's the third round, and each day it gets more money. You have to, because it's not.
Right. I understand it. Yeah.
So it's like I think it's $12 and $15 and $17 depending on the day, but then it was really weird. I was looking at it, it's $12, $15, and then $17, or you can buy a pass for all 3 days for $60. And I'm like, wait, $60. That's more money than each day.
Each day.
But then I was thinking maybe because there's 2 shows on Saturday.
Right.
So maybe it's $17 each show.
Right.
But they didn't really specify very well. But yeah, beyond.
But yeah, if I had to give one negative review of the Orlando Film Festival, it has to do with just their social media networking stuff and their website.
They're working on.
Yeah, they're working on. I actually had a chat with them about that.
Last minute, they ended up using a different company and they have different people running it.
I understand, but still, like when it comes down to like ground zero for something like this, your shit needs to be
Last
together.
year they were pretty good with it. They had a guy that was taking photos and tweeting, like twit picking it. That's why people were coming up to me this year saying, "I saw a twit pic of you wearing a name tag costume," and I'm like, "Yeah, that was from last year's the festival." That's because if you scroll down one page, it's still up there because
we haven't tweeted since March or April. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's the show for this evening. We're here again live at the Orlando Film Festival. Sort of. I'm sorry that you guys out there weren't able to stick around and see more live show, but we'll make it up to you with some more extra content. And as always, check us out every Thursday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to and that apparently it's even whether we're here or not. We're trying.
Yeah.
But also be sure to follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/FilmSnobbery, and twitter.com/FilmSnobbery. Jerry is twitter.com/GetStuck. Also go check him out over at stucklikechuck.com.
Yep. Stucklikechuck.com.
Okay, and
check out
that's
the festival at the OrlandoFilmFestival.com or
at
Orlando Film Fest
on Twitter.
Yep. I don't know if they started doing the tweets.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay, well, hopefully they're going to start with that soon.
But we want to say thank you for everyone who has approached us and has tried to talk to us. I really do appreciate the networking opportunity to meet new people and everything. And if I can't see your movie here, send it to me because I will check it out at some point.
Yes, and we'll be here till Monday morning. So if you're coming out to the festival, say hi. We'll be around. You'll see us. We're pretty easy to spot. So, just come out and say hi. We want to talk to you.
Was that a fat joke? Okay. Maybe.
Well, I'm included in that.
So. Okay, so, all right.
Cricket legs.
Cricket leg, yeah.
That's what you're going to call me from now on, is cricket legs.
You're my own personal rickety cricket. All right.
Although no one's going to see this show, so it doesn't matter.
All right, well, thank you, everyone.
A show of me actually on air with you.
I know, right?
Yeah, we're not on air.
Well, thank you, Jerry, for being here with me, though.
Oh, well, thank you, Nick.
Let's shake with actual hands. There we go. I was just doing that I was pointing, gesturing.
Yeah, I was like,
okay, that's not how they do it. But, all right. But Jerry is awesome, and glad to have him not only with us but here in person.
Yeah. Although next week, I'm going to be back calling him from Skype.
That'll happen.
Until someone pays us to have our own studio and we could do this more often.
Working on it, but and also keep your ears primed up because we are working on a Film Snobbery live. Actually at a live event venue in New York City. So we're still working on that, which I think would be awesome.
It would.
I may also be in New York City for at least a day after we get back from this on like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. Yeah. So we'll definitely hit us up if you see us. That's all. Thank you everyone for tuning in as much as you could, and for those of you who are tuning in after the fact, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.